Thinking positive. More parenting skills for the real world. So, positive thoughts about your child. What do they like? What do you like about them? This represents my daughter. She loves to make candy bouquets, and she's really good at it, and it's so adorable. And she also super duper loves Halloween. She is the Halloween queen, loves it. In the top right corner, you'll see some delicious cookies that I probably took a bite out of because she's an amazing baker. She makes the best cookies in the world. She also photographed all of the pictures that you see here. Her favorite color is purple, which is in the middle, and her and I enjoy hiking together and separately, and she likes to take photographs while she's hiking. The bottom right corner is of a stream in Arizona. Many people don't believe it's of Arizona unless you've lived in Arizona and been to this part of Arizona, but it is in Arizona. And in the bottom left corner are the northern lights in Alaska that she photographed herself, and apparently it's very difficult to do. So we went on a photography tour, and that was something she'd always wanted to do, a trip of a lifetime, and it was quite an experience. It was so cold, but these are just a few of the things that are amazing about her. She is not perfect. No human being is. But you have to think positive about the people in your life in order to get past kind of some of the things that are, especially the personal preference conflict. So, what do you like about your kids? We seriously need a list of those things. Like when you write down with pen and paper, because you're going to need that list to get through this process. Because thinking positive and finding good things about them is what's going to carry you over those really rough times. Because when I told you about this course, I told you that you would see results within 90 days. 90 days. Usually I see results when I'm doing it within about 60 days. So you're going to have to get through a good amount of time of really focusing and getting everything done. And sometimes you need to remember what you love about the people in your life. So some of the things that people get a little confused about when I start working with kids is they want this magic wand. Well, if you do this, then kids will do this. And if you do this, then kids will do that. Well, really, that's not true. Anytime you hear anyone give sweeping advice, like if you'd like to lose weight, chew gum, or if you want to manage your money better, spend less than you make. That's great, but that's just really generic advice, and that really doesn't go to an application of how to actually do the advice that someone's giving you. So the first thing I'm trying to get you and your child to do is reduce some of the stress. Yes, your child's under stress too. You wouldn't be coming here if your child wasn't experiencing some kind of stress, even though you might think they're super fine and happy with exactly the type of stress they're putting you through. At some point, they are experiencing some chemicals and hormones that are elevated, like adrenaline, that are causing these behaviors to possibly occur more because once you have those pumping through your system, you're more likely to act out. So when you're tired and cranky, you're more likely to yell at somebody. So I do recommend that you spend some time together. Like, you're going to be doing the behavior tracking and the observations, and we need to think positive through it. But we also just want to spend a little time together. Low pressure, low stress, and low financial output. We need to show our kids that we can do fun things and show them that time can be spent together and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And also that lowers your stress, because if you're spending a lot of money and you're not getting the reaction that you were hoping for from the people that you took, then that can increase the negativity in the situation. So a cognitive behavior technique, or a CBT, I like to call it. Think positive about your children. So again, use your list. Set a timer on your phone to look at your list. You might have thought that you looked at it 3 times yesterday, but really that was the day before yesterday. It's really easy in our fast-paced society for us to think we did something yesterday, but it was actually several days ago. So set a timer several times a day to pull out the list to think positive about your children or your child. Another cognitive behavior technique is start with thinking the thoughts. Okay, so you're looking at the list and you're thinking about the positive things about your child. Okay, now again, we do have to get some focus on the negative stuff, but we're also trying to balance that out. So then you can work out a plan to actually speak those words. If your relationship is incredibly strained with your child right now, saying positive things, there's a really good chance you're going to get a smart alecky, sassy comment back because they're not understanding or comfortable with that at this point. So, which goes to me, it takes me into the next section of without needing any specific reaction to your spoken words. So what that means is you're going to say something positive to your children, and regardless of what you get back, you're just going to remain neutral. Okay? You're not saying positive things to your children because you want to hear a positive thing back. Like when you apologize to somebody when you got into a fight, but then you wait for them to apologize back and you're mad at them when they don't apologize back. That's not what this is. We can only control our own behavior, so we're going to say positive things to them. And if they don't even register it, if they are rude back, whatever it is, we're just going to remain neutral and move forward. You need to prep for this. It will take time for them to hear this and the words to sink in. And eventually, when you start continually saying positive things and they don't feel any expectation on your part for them to respond back in a positive way, and they feel that you're just saying nice, positive things that are true and genuine, they'll eventually start to warm up, but it does take time. If that's not there, especially the older the child is, it's going to take some time. But it is making its impact. Every kind word that you speak to your child will make a very, very strong impact on them, and it's not wasted. Don't put pressure to spend time together. Even though I just recommended spending time together, don't put pressure there. Try yourself different positive independent activities like reading a book, things that are a good role model for your children. If you're sitting around on your phone during your positive independent activities but then mad at your kids for being on electronics, well, you've just role modeled that activity of some sort. So this isn't necessarily about what you do this because you want your child to do this. You want to just pick some things that you like that are indeed a good role model. And then if they approach you, show them that you're interested and make yourself available. So we always like to joke as parents, oh, the second I'm on the phone, the second I have an activity for myself, all my kids just come around and want my attention. Okay, so then show them that they're important enough to stop what you're doing and give them some of your attention. However, if a child has a behavior issue with interrupting or attention seeking, you need to vary between giving immediate attention and waiting. So that's what cell phones are great for. You can, if you just gave immediate attention a few hours ago and now you've just started something, then this is a great role model situation. Say, you know what, little Johnny, I just started reading my book right now, and so when I'm done with this chapter, which will probably take me about 20 minutes, then we can do what you're asking me to do, okay? So, and then put a timer on your phone for 20 minutes and honor that. Because, and you need to judge the time on how well, if your kid's not waiting for 20 minutes because they're a 2-year-old, that's a really long time. But you could probably have them wait for 4 minutes, and just because you're laying that foundation. So again, there's times where it's really great for them to see that you're going to stop what you're doing and turn and look at them and give your full attention. That should be happening a couple of times a day. This shouldn't be all day long that you go into this, because that's when they will expect that all the time. And part of your job is to train them to understand that you can't always just walk up in the middle and get the attention. So that's the last pineapple I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed the little pineapple nuggets of knowledge or pineapple chunks of knowledge.